Hey everyone, it is Greg Kettner with the Work Happy Nation. If we have not yet met in person or online, I founded Work Happy Nation during the pandemic when I lost my job. And my sole purpose is to help other organizations work happy. When people are happy, there's less turnover, there's more productivity, there's less stress, there's better mental health. There's all sorts of good things that happen when we work happy. And one of the keys to working happy is developing trust with our colleagues and our prospects and clients. And I learned a very valuable lesson recently from my coach on trust and how we can build trust quicker. We all know people that we've known for years and years and years. We would trust them with our business, we trust them with our friendships, we trust them with their bank account. But how do we go from building trust a lot quicker? So there's 4 things on how we can take a stranger from being a stranger to a trusted friend to someone who will be with us for life, whether it's a client, in a matter of days and weeks and not years. And there's 4 different keys to this. Imagine there's a quadrant with 4 squares in it. In the top left is intimacy, top right is intent, bottom left is credibility, and the bottom right is reliability. Now, what do I mean by those 4 definitions? And if we have all 4 of these 4 definitions, we have trust. We have a platform to build trust on and to go forward and to help people and to work with them. So intimacy is the closeness. I'm close with my good friend Steve because we've known each other since high school. Our kids go to school together. Our wives hang out. They exercise together. But that's been, I hate to say, 30 years. But intimacy is closeness. So how do we do that quicker? How do we build intimacy? Well, imagine this, and this actually happened a couple of weeks ago. I was out with my friend Tom. We were wine tasting, and we walked into this winery, and we were waiting in line, and the lady next to me said, sorry. And I could tell she was from Canada, and right then, there was intimacy, because we had something in common. So I said, you must be from Canada by the way you said sorry. She said, yep. I said, I'm from Vancouver. She's like, I'm from Kelowna. And we had intimacy right there. It was quick. It didn't take us 6, 7, 8, 10 years to build. Another way to describe it is if you are out at a gym and you see someone with your favorite sports team logo, whether it's a t-shirt or a hat. So if you're in the gym and a guy walks by me and he has a 49er hat on, I have intimacy with that person. I can go up, we can talk about 49ers. How did you like them? When did you start watching? All those kinds of good things. So intimacy is closest. That's number 1 in the top left. In the top right is intent. What is our motive? Is our motive to help people or is it to sell something? And we are all good at reading intent. Probably a good example, when you go in to buy a car, a brand new car, you're in the showroom, and we all see the salesman coming, you can tell who you want to buy from and who you don't want to, right? Typically, their intent is to make a sale. But if they come over to you and say, hey, my name is Joel, I'm here to help. Do you have any questions? What are you looking for? Are you looking for your family, for yourself, for someone else? How many miles do you drive? Do you use it for work? What kind of activities do you like to do? The intent is different than him walking over and saying, hey, nice car. Today, one day only, $10,000 off. That's intent. And intent is in the top right-hand corner. And both in intimacy and intent are more of a personal type of qualities to have. And credibility and reliability are more professional. So what do I mean by credibility? Credibility is, why would I trust this person? What background, what knowledge do they have? And a couple of examples would be your babysitter or your accountant. Now, your babysitter, She might be 75 years old, a sweet grandma. She's obviously taking care of her kids, her grandkids. She's been babysitting for a long time. That's credibility. You're going to take your kid to the grandma to be babysat. Your accountant, probably not so much. A guy who does numbers, and that's all he does is just numbers, he wouldn't say, hey, please take care of my kid for 2 days. But you wouldn't take your taxes or your invoices or your business statements to a 75-year-old grandmother who has been a babysitter her whole life. So how are people credible? That's in the bottom left. In the bottom right, the last one is reliability. And that is doing what we say when we say we're going to do it. The sun is very, very reliable. Every day since I've been born, it comes up in the morning and it sets at night. I can rely on my wife to tell me that she loves me. It happens all the time. If it doesn't happen, and then I'm like, oh, what did I do or what's going on in our relationship? Because typically, once a day, she'll say, I love you, I appreciate you, all those kinds of good things. So that's reliability. So when we have those 4 things, we can take a stranger to a client relationship or a stranger to a friend much, much quicker. If we have intimacy, closeness, if we have intent, we want to be their friends. We're not just trying to hang out with them to get something from them. If we're credible when we talk to that person. I'm a speaker and a coach. If I talk to people about working happy, I have credibility. And even the TEDx sign lends credibility because when people see that sign, they think, oh, Greg's been on the stage. He must know what he's talking about. And then reliability is doing what we say when we're going to do it. And if we have all 4 of those, it's great. But we need to have all 4 to build that trust quicker over days and weeks and months versus years. So 2 key examples of trust. Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook. Intimacy, probably not so much. Intent, what's his intent? I believe his intent in the beginning was to connect the world. And probably his intent was to get a girlfriend. That's why he built Facebook. So in intimacy and intent, probably not so much. I wouldn't check either of those boxes. But credibility and reliability, he probably checks in, right? He's credible. He built this thing. He's got Instagram now that he bought, and all these different things that he's doing. So the guy knows how to build a social network. If you need a social network, that would be a guy I would sit down and say, let me know how you did it. And then as far as the reliability, we know that every once in a while, logarithms are going to change or something's going to change. But we know that it's reliable. When we wake up in the morning, Facebook is there. When you go to bed, Facebook is there. And when they say they're going to do something or move something to a different platform or a logarithm, that's reliability. So I wouldn't say I have any trust in Mark Zuckerberg, and you probably don't either because he only checks 2 out of the 4 boxes. On the other hand, the toy company Lego, which we've all played, I'm sure we have, and if you haven't, we should talk. But Lego, they were voted and have been voted one of the top trusted brands for years and years and years. Why is that? Well, there's intimacy, right? There's a closeness. We've all felt the green, yellow, blue, and red blocks. We've played with them. We put stuff together, and we pass them down. Our kids play with them. Our nephews and nieces play with them. So there's intimacy there. The intent. What is the intent of Lego? Do you think Lego's intent is to just make money? Or do you think their intent is to make kids happy? To me, that's what it was. I spent hours and hours and hours. And when I started playing with Legos, it was just blocks. But now you can build spaceships and airplanes and ships and all kinds of houses and whatnot. Credibility. Are they credible? Yeah, Legos have been around for years. I don't know how long. I'd have to Google it. but they're credible. They've had the same 4 colors for however long they've been around, and every year, every Christmas, they come out. They know how to make kids happy. They also know how to make our feet very, very sore when we step on one in the middle of the night. And then reliability. And Lego has that as well. You can check the box for that. Every year they come out with a new Christmas present and new gifts, a new toy. And yeah, they make money off of us. But we know that next Christmas there's going to be a new Lego that our kid is going to want. We can go down the store, we can go on Amazon, buy that Lego set and whatnot. So there you have it. In about 10 minutes, this is what trust is and how do we build trust quicker. We need intimacy. We need to have intent with somebody. We need to be credible and we need to be reliable. And when those 4 things happen, we can develop that trust with a client, with a prospect, so that we can help them and serve them and continue to build our business. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at greg@gregkettner.com. I'd love to talk with you more about that. But stay tuned, and another video will be coming down soon because there are 9 key steps on how to work happy. And when we work happy, we're able to obtain and attract a top client. We're able to be more productive, generate more revenue, and put people first so that everyone has better mental health. We can work together, we can thrive, and trust is just one of the 9 steps. Talk to you soon. Cheers.